Hey guys, today we're traveling back to Amh Araeng to find the Lightwarden there with the help of mini Minfilia. Now, this part is considered rather dry by some people, but I thought this was a neat little world building chain quest. We start by talking to locals to see if we can gain information on the area, and potentially a nice place to start so we can reach our destination. We learn that the area surrounding Nabaath Areng, or our destination, is surrounded by steep cliffs and collapsed tunnels. Our best option appears to be a trolley that used to go there, located in the hills of Amber. We learned that there's something called a Talos that used to operate the trolley, but they haven't seen one for some time. We travel to the Amber Hills, or Mount Biren, to see if we can find any miners there to give us information in regards to this trolley. Upon our arrival, we find that the levers in the tracks are not meant to be operated by a person, but rather supports this idea of the Talos operating the tracks and doors. However, we find some warm tea in the area, and that we're being watched by individuals located there, who we presume to be the miners. These men, however, are hiding because they fear we're thieves and do not want anything to do with us. Do we honestly look like we need to steal, what, some rusted bits of iron? Don't be absurd. We're not here to rob you. Likely story. You look, well... We look like what? What do we look like? Tell me. You don't look normal, that's for certain. You don't have any wares, so you're clearly not merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reason you would come all this way out here is to strip the machinery for parts. No, we want to use your trolley, fool. Oh, Thaf, I have an idea. What if, once upon a time, a lovely lady of noble birth ventured forth in search of her lost love, joined by her two most loyal servants, sworn to follow her unto world's end. On their journey, they met a sorcerer as ancient as time itself. Moved as the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and that's not true. That should appear somehow. That's the most wild thing ever. I can only assume that you're being intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that that's a serious conjecture, no. I suppose I am a bodyguard of a sort, but we have rather larger concerns than fairy tale romances. So is he saying that he has a crush on Minfilia, like immediately out the gates? He's hoping that she's like available. Though I would fain hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. Gods grant me strength. Poor Thancred. That's hilarious, actually, that he said that. Alright, I really enjoyed this interaction here with Jarek and Thaf, who are engineers in training. Once we tell them that we're here to use the trolley, they are immediately excited about the use of the trolley and how they're trying to get it up and running again. I believe the phrase they used was that it would make hearts soar to see the mere sight of it. I love this place. We learn, despite their love for the trolley, that they have made little to no progress on the trolley. We learn that there is someone named Magnus who is the only one with full knowledge on the trolley's operations. So we head to a small town named Twine with the boys. We learn that Twine used to be the center of the region, and the trolley would bring people back here after a long day's work. However, due to the lack of trolley and little to no work in the mines, the only people that remain are the destitute, delusional, and those with nowhere else to go. This place sounds nice. I wonder what this Magnus fellow has to offer us in regards to the trolley. Who are you supposed to be? Never seen the three of you in my life. Or the four of you? Wicked wife, if you're going to bother me, at least have the damn courtesy to stand still. What are you talking about? Methinks this one is deep in his cups. Jesus. These are my guests, Magnus. We ran into them at the mines. They're looking for a way to reach Nabaath Areng, so they came to ask about the trolleys, you see. What? There's nothing in Nabaath Areng. Not anymore. And especially not for frail little girls. Give it up. No, we must reach Nabaath Areng. I must. Bah, so you have your heart set on it. The world doesn't care. The place is a ruin, nothing more. It's kind of cool looking. And you're not getting there in the trolley. That thing doesn't run on hopes and dreams. We're not fools. It's necessity that drives us to Nabaath Areng. If you insist that the trolley is not an option, at least tell us why. No, I'm sick of people asking me about the blasted thing. Leave me be. I'm gonna flip that table. Ah! We'll speak outside. I didn't think I could reach the table. Like, if I tried to flip it, I'd be like this, trying to push it over. Okay, so Magnus was not the least bit helpful and seemed to be deep in the cups. We take this time to talk to the other members of the town to see if they have anything useful about the trolley and how to fix it. Now, Jarek basically just hires me along as an assistant maintenance lala for the day, and we go down the trolley tracks, fixing the tracks themselves and basically just shooing away giant birds. While doing this, Jarek, however, explains the area and how important the mining has been in the area and why the talus was so important to the life of the mining area. He explains that the name Twine for the town comes from the entwining of tales, the fruitful cooperation between the natives and the new people coming to work in the mines. Jarek seems to have quite the attachment to this trolley, along with most members of this town. The trolley truly is such an important part of their lives, and they all seem to really want to restore the area back to the town it used to be. Magnus, however, is the only engineer that seems to know how, but we can't seem to get him to speak to us. Also, we need a working talus, but there is little to no knowledge on how to restore them. However, when we return to town, after Jarek shares his wonderful information with us and shares this wonderful story about the trolley, we, of course, find our party, or mostly Areng, looking at a talus. Truly a most vexing state of affairs. I thought mayhap a closer examination might yield something of value. Pray to the trolley for the talus. I see. The means to build talus stone by stone are lost to us, 'tis true, but here before us slumbers a most fine specimen. Indeed, were it not for a few minor failings, it would be in working condition. 'Twill likely require naught but a few modest repairs and a suffusion of aether. Ugh! Well, if you think you can get the thing up and running, far be it from me to stop you, but what exactly do you reckon is the problem? I should stress that I have performed only the most cursory of examinations, though such arcane constructs are not wholly unfamiliar to me, as I did suspect from the first. It is host to a network of veins, though through which ether floweth freely. Or so it would, were it not for several fractures which now impede said flow. How in the hell did you get all that from just a glance? I take it you've thought of a solution as well then? To bridge these fissures requireth a material highly conductive to aether. Once in place, I believe it will be possible to restore the talus to life. Areng makes it sound so easy to restore this talus to life. I collect the stuff he's looking for, but the attempt to restore the talus is unsuccessful. The veins within the talus appear to be restored, but the actual core of the talus appears to be refusing to stir. The core will need to be restored or replaced to bring it back to life. Jarek alludes that someone tried to find one once, but something happened. Jarek tries to share more with us in regards to a collection of a special stone, but he was unable to finish his story and ran off. Why? I don't know. He mentioned that she went down to the mines, but was unable to finish the story. I assume something terrible happened. We check in with Thaf, who fills us in the rest of the way, and the story really begins to explain more about Magnus and why Magnus has a love for the bottle.
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was.
Is that why Magnus drinks?
When the golem heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more.
Okay. And then what happened? She
Problem
trapped in the
was,
mines?
Most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder. But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed.
Oh no, is she down there?
We labored day and night to clear away the rubble, but it took us 2 months to find her.
Jeez.
To find her body.
Oh.
Magnus has never been the same since.
I don't blame him, really.
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Yeah, he was like drunk and now he's just gone.
Ah, yes, well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
At her grave? Or wherever they found her, or wherever she's buried, or wherever... Yep. Dude is destroyed. Thancred, be sensitive.
What? Oh, you again. How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now, piss off back to wherever you came from. And don't let me catch you around here again.
Okay, he's kind of a dick. Kind of a dickhead.
What were their names?
My son was named Skuli. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow the bottle's never deep enough.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
You've lost someone too?
You.
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter. But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers. I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down.
Oh, poor Thancred.
That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Nabaath Areng.
What rubbish.
What?
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. We can still bring her back.
Better say something really nice, Thancred. Is he doing that because he doesn't want to accidentally sway her decision when it's time to make the decision to take over or not? He wants it to be her choice? He doesn't want to influence the choice that she makes because of something that he says? Is that why he's doing that? Okay, both of the interactions here between Thancred, Magnus, and Minfilia were really great from him. He really truly is doing a wonderful job with Minfilia, and my thoughts at the end of the cutscene, I think, really sum up my feelings for Thancred now. I used to be mad at him with his take on things and how he was treating Minfilia, but I think I understand what he's doing more and more now that we've had some time to sit with the information. I guess we'll see what happens in Nabaath Areng. In regards to Magnus, I can only imagine how deep his grief must run. I wonder if we can restore the Talos, if that will help to restore him. If we can restore the Trolley, will that give him enough to move forward? Will it give him a purpose again? I feel so bad for him, and even though he's a side quest area character, I want nothing more than to help him. We speak with Amh, and he sends us to a place called Nuvi's Leavings to attempt to procure some of this stone we need to put together the talos again. Banquet accompanies me to Nuvi's Leavings, and we speak with someone named John, deep in the mine, about attempting to find some of this Leonine, which is the name that he provides us with. He explains the stone is usually found too deep in the mine, and the mine in that area is unsafe for us to go to. However, John has a trade secret that we can use to find some of this stone. We're sent to find some knockers in a hope that they have some Leonine. We use smoke bombs to flush out the knockers to collect this Leonine and bring it back to John so he can see what we found. But what he shows what we found and what we uncovered, it's much more impressive than anything we could ever have imagined finding down there.
Hey, come and see what I found. You're not going to believe this.
Is it like a ton?
Tell me it's Leonine.
It is at that.
Yes!
You lot were born lucky. It's mostly broken pieces. But look at this.
Oh my gosh, is it gonna be like a heart or something ridiculous that actually fits together?
This is a rather fine specimen.
It's been decades since we found anything approaching this big. But that's not all. There's an engraving on it.
We're so lucky.
Ah, these scratches here. They're a little hard to make out. To my beloved Magnus and Schoolie.
Yes! Do you see? It was a gift to Magnus from his wife. She found it. She really found it. She must have spent her final hours carving this message into the stone, in the hope that he might see it one day. Those rock-backed bastards must have made off with it before we could clear a path to her. It's fate that brought you here to find this stone. No other explanation. It makes me wonder what else might still be buried in these parts.
That's really cool, actually. I mean, sad, but cool. But how do we get so lucky? I cannot believe we found that stone down there. The hopes that this stone can restore the town rest more than just in restoring the talos, but it could be the closure that Magnus needs to help him regain his life again. This area, despite how slow some of the chain quests were compared to the MSQ, was absolutely amazing. The story building, the characters, and the feelings the quests elicited were great. I just hope this stone is as special as we think it is, and when we return back to Twine, we can restore the talos, place confidence in Magnus, and get the trolley up and running again for these people. I'll catch you guys next time for what I'm sure is a wonderful, peaceful, and successful mission in going to Nabaath Areng. I'll see you guys next time.